Welcome back, y'all, to CFP Enthusiasts. My name is Jimmy. As y'all can see, the gang is back together. Pat and Jacob, say what's up.
What's up, gang?
What's up, everybody?
Good to have y'all back, man. After a couple
Me
of
too,
weeks,
my
I
bro.
know schedules have been really busy and whatnot, but glad y'all are able, to make it. As the college football season is, still going strong, man, and we're getting to the meat potatoes of the season. You know, a lot of the previous years, we were like, okay, we kind of have a really good idea of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? With the
Yeah,
14 playoffs, by mid-November in previous years, we'd already have it dwindle down to six, seven, maybe eight teams that were like, okay, these teams are going to be, a combination of these teams are going to make the playoffs. Right now in mid-November, who knows, man?
Who knows?
Who knows
no.
right now? And
Wide open.
I'm absolutely here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Quick rundown, y'all. Housekeeping rules, as always. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're, follow us on Instagram as well. CFB Enthusiast, same name. We're gonna be dropping more content, more reels, and shorts on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Don't want to miss it. Share this to a friend who loves college football, passionate about college football, because that's what we do over here. We bleed college football.
Facts.
Today, guys, we're going to recap and get our thoughts going on the playoffs right now, as far as what the seeding looks like and the rankings, what the potential matchups are going to look like right now, what we like and dislike about the ranking that came out on Tuesday. Then we're going to preview a couple of games, and we're going to wrap it up for the night. So the poll came out. Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4. That's really no surprise there. Indiana jumps to 5. BYU jumps to 6. Tennessee, Georgia drops all the way to 12.
Yeah,
Miami
That's
drops to
crazy.
9.
and out of the playoffs, Georgia is.
They're out of the playoffs as of now.
Yep.
Uh, a lot of chaos last week. What do y'all think about the rankings that just came out?
The one thing that's sticking out to me from the committee that they're doing this year that they haven't done in recent years is I feel like they're not taking strength of schedule as serious.
Hmm.
For example, Indiana at 5. Sure, I get the 10 and 0. Their strength of schedule is 100. Georgia at 12. Their strength of schedule this season is 1.
Yeah.
Indiana has not beat a team in the top 25 this year. Granted, that's out of their control. They're beating who's put in front of
To
them
be
every week.
fair, they're
10-0.
I just said that, but
I think that's why you look at the two last teams. Georgia's and Bama are the two looking in, or in the playoffs, and Bama won head to head.
that's fair.
Other two last teams are way down. I think so. There's still I think Georgia is should be in. They're just
They control their own destiny. I'm just, that was just like to go on the point of what I was saying, where I just feel like they're not taking strength of schedule. I'm not saying Georgia deserves to be ahead of Indiana. I'm just saying the strength of schedule to me this year doesn't seem as prevalent for the committee as it has in past year.
fair.
Man.
But other than that, I mean, I really have no arguments with the rankings. I still think Notre Dame's kind of ranked a little high. I mean, I watched NIU today kind of struggle with Akron for a little bit, and Akron just fell to 2-8. So
Gosh, change your head.
Um, do y'all find it weird at all? This is a question. Do y'all find it weird at all that Georgia drops 9 spots after losing to Ole Miss on the road?
I do.
And then Miami only drops, what, 5 spots for losing to Georgia Tech?
Yeah, I do. I do find that weird. I mean, I know Georgia has two losses. Like, I get that. But when you look at their two losses compared to Miami's loss or Notre Dame's loss, I mean, their two losses are both those teams they lost to would smoke NIU and Georgia Tech. like absolutely blow them out the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Notre Dame and BYU will get blown out of the water. Whoever they play against.
And I said no, I said Miami.
Yeah, but I said Notre Dame.
Oh, I got
Dude, you said Notre Dame, didn't you?
you. Yeah, Notre Dame and Miami.
I'm not in BYU.
That's fair. Yeah, BYU did. I don't know. They last couple of weeks with the eye test, they haven't really impressed me.
Yeah. Yeah. BYU's eye test hasn't looked great recently.
They should have lost.
For me, I feel like Miami should have been lower to begin with already.
Yeah,
I thought this should have been like when they were at 4. I thought this should have been like at 6 or 7, just because they're just skating by
Yeah,
every single week, skating by, and that 9 is a little bit too high, but
yeah,
it kind of doesn't really matter because they're going to be a top 4 seed anyways if they win. Now, but they have to win out. If they lose another game in the
then
regular
you're done.
season, and I don't have the schedule in front of me, but they're out because Clemson only has one more ACC game, and that's against Pitt.
yeah.
They'll probably win that one. Pitt's in a tailspin, so it could possibly be SMU and Clemson in the
Or
ACC title game if Miami
yeah,
sets up one more time. Which I'd have to go to their schedule, but it could happen. They definitely don't look invincible, and then that
no,
kind of
they
leaves the
don't.
door. That low key kind of leaves the door open for Boise State getting in at 4
Yeah, having
because
first round
that is
bye
a possibility as well.
because they'll be a higher rank than the ACC champion.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah. I
yeah.
think SMU
So
and Miami play in
I
the
Yeah,
doubt
title game.
I doubt that'll happen, but there is still that possibility, of course.
yeah. The
Uh,
other two things that stuck out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
The other two things, real quick, that stuck out to me was one, there's zero love for Army. I got,
You don't talk about strength of schedule.
no, I understand that, but they're what, 24? Just saying, they're still trying to go.
Yeah,
And the other thing for me, it's Washington State. I know they have one loss. I know people are going to say, well, but they're beating a bunch of Mountain West teams, which with the Power Five roster that they were in last year, they should be Mountain West teams. But that is where it is. I mean, they're towards the bottom of the
I
rankings.
mean, but look at their
That's
team.
okay.
It's the same schedule. Boise State has the same exact schedule. They play the same kind of team.
oof,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Boise should be 13. I think SMU and A&M should be
Oh,
13.
I mean, Boise's legit. I watched them play Oregon. They played us
No,
well.
no, I agree. They are legit. I'm
Oh
just saying, a lot of teams that don't play, a lot of teams are getting rewarded for beating
yeah,
mediocre teams.
there's a lot of parity. There's not a lot of great teams this year.
Uh, You know, I understand that.
I know. I just like
A,
How,
picking it up.
a
however,
cat.
I do think that the general reaction from like fans and whatnot, they're looking at it strictly from a strength of schedule lens, strictly from
Yeah,
that lens. But that's
Yeah,
not what it's based off of solely.
no,
It's
not
strength
at all.
of eye test, what common opponents.
Yep,
yeah.
yep. Common opponents and how you're playing in the moment.
So I mean, I know a lot of people have been skeptical of Texas and their strength of schedule. Well, I mean, you can look at okay, we beat the brakes off of Michigan in week 2. Who did Indiana struggle with this past weekend?
Michigan,
Uh, Texas beats Vanderbilt. They didn't look the best, but they beat Vanderbilt. Who lost to Vanderbilt?
Bama.
So those are just a couple examples there of um, common opponents and
Yeah,
eye tests. I think that stuff goes a long way too.
I agree 100%. I do. That's why. Yeah, I agree with everything Alex says. But I'm also. I was saying. I was like, I don't remember. But I'm just happy the Oregon's won. and he
Hmm.
passed the eye test. Might not be the strongest, but like you said, we beat Michigan. Indiana struggled with them. They
You know
beat them
what
by
these rankings
two.
tell me though?
Yeah,
The Big Ten is the Big Ten is gonna have a five slot. It's gonna have
yeah.
the five.
Whoever
I don't know
wins the Big
who it is.
Ten, because Oregon will have the one.
And the five slot, Loki
The five
is
spot's going to be Ohio
gonna
State.
spot.
No, Ohio State will lose to us in the Big Ten title game as number two, and they'll drop to five and have a cakewalk for the
Yeah, because
Final
you're gonna
Four.
play Boise, and
Yep.
then you're gonna play BYU or
Yeah.
Miami or Clemson or
Yeah.
the worst or
What's
Colorado.
gonna
Yeah.
What's gonna be really curious is ESPN was talking about this the other day. Other dinner was that if Indiana
Loses.
loses, like if they
Lose to
lose to
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State, they don't get the Big Ten title game, obviously, and they finish the year what 11-1. Does the committee do them like they did Florida State? That's just a question that needs to be posed because at the same time their schedule is still 100. They beat nobody. They're one top 25 matchup they would have lost.
Do them like Florida State. Florida State would have made it in the 12-2 playoff last year.
Right. I'm just saying.
I think they get in at number 12.
I think with Florida State too, why that's a little bit different is they looked at it because Jordan Travis was going to be out, and they looked
Right.
really bad against Florida in that rivalry game, really bad
Yeah.
against a bad Florida team, and then they looked really even worse
And
against Louisville in the ACC title game.
And they look even worse this year. And they don't have them.
So
off a
different.
loss
It's like, okay, I'd rather put a 12-1 SEC Bama in there, SEC champ Bama, than a 13-0 Florida State that
oh,
looks
fact.
terrible without their quarterback.
To me, that may not even be the biggest question the committee has. Notre Dame beats if, if Army beats Notre Dame and then wins their and then wins their AAC title game, and they're undefeated, and Boise goes out and wins their conference, and they're 11-1, 12-1, and their only loss is to Oregon. Who gets in?
Not Indiana in the
Ah,
AAC champ. That's what I'm saying.
No.
India.
Both of them.
Oh
Both of
yeah.
them.
If
Both
it's
of them.
if it's one loss Indiana and one loss Boise and an undefeated Army, who doesn't get in? I think Indiana doesn't.
That's what I just said.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
think
But I don't think that'll
happen.
happen.
I think
I think
Indiana.
Indiana. What? I mean, who knows? They might beat us.
The
For
fuck?
me, I think
I'm
Indiana
sorry.
the one gets in.
Yeah, I agree.
I
They have
think
one loss.
I think they're safe.
I think they are too, as long as their one loss is Ohio State. Now, if
But
they slip up and lose to
they
somebody
can't
else,
get like smoked.
right? It's got to be
It has to
close.
be
Because if they
some type
get,
of competitive game.
yeah, because if they go out there and lose like 40-7, and that tells me everything I
Because
need to know about it.
possibility, low key.
Oh, they're gonna smoke the shit out of them, dog. I'll say
I'll say it. Where's the
game
game
at.
at?
It's at Ohio State.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
They're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them by at least 21 points.
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
Will
Howard
Howard
does
does
stuff.
stuff.
Oh man.
Indiana ought to stop the running back.
Just at the end of the day, man, Kurt Sangretti's a better coach than Ryan Day, so I know he's gonna outcoach him. So we'll see.
Ryan Day does not lose unless it's to
Yeah, yeah, in big games.
the Big Ten.
I mean, that'll be a top five matchup, but with the winner going to the Big Ten title game, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It gets
Imagine
exciting, like I said.
But
It's a 12-team playoff with a lot of football left, like a lot.
but
a lot of football.
I was gonna say too about the eye test. Oregon, they taking care of it. Like the
Oh
team.
yeah.
Aside from Ohio State, the games they were supposed to win after the first 2 weeks, they've had no issues. So it might not be the strongest schedule. Taking care of the games they should have taken care of.
I don't think anybody's questioned Oregon at one at all.
Oh, I know. I just like to talk about them. This is just
uh,
like the.
let's talk about this real quick before we get into the picks. Who gets in the SEC title game?
A
That
lot.
nuts.
Honestly, I don't know.
It's nuts.
That's gonna be because when you're
We
such a
elimination game
crazy scenarios,
too.
right?
I sent it like if LSU wins out, they could realistically still get in. Like there's a legitimate chance that LSU could still get in.
Break it down,
Like
Jacob.
Georgia and like here, let me pull it up.
While you pull it up, I was gonna add this earlier. I think SMU wins the ACC, but I think Miami misses out on the playoffs.
Say that again.
I think Miami and SMU face off in the ACC title game, and SMU wins. Miami does not make the playoffs with two losses.
Yeah, no, a two loss.
Like you were saying earlier, Jimmy,
I think
I think SMU wins instead of Clemson. You said Clemson, right?
Huh?
You said Clemson wins the ACC
Yeah, if
earlier.
Clemson has a chance to win ACC.
You think Miami would make the playoffs?
If Clemson wins, yeah, Miami's done.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think SMU is going to win.
You think so? Yeah.
Another thing is a two loss
Team from
team
the
from the
Big Ten
Big Ten that's not named Ohio State and a two loss
is
team
third from
purely
the
from the
ACC.
ACC does not get in.
Oh, ACC
Ohio State
only got
losses.
a team.
Yeah. But
Ohio State's two losses would be the worst.
so
Here's the
here's the
scenario.
scenario for LSU to still like this is why it's wide open. Like
You
you
can
can
tell
tell
me
me
if
if
you
you
don't
don't
think
think
this
this outcome would happen. This week, Texas beats Arkansas. LSU beats Florida. Georgia beats Tennessee. South Carolina beats Missouri.
I mean, I would pick all those games.
Then next week, A&M beats Auburn. Ole Miss beats Florida. LSU beats Vandy. Missouri beats Mississippi State. Alabama beats Oklahoma, and Texas beats Kentucky.
In
And
the
then in the
last week
last
of the
week of the
season,
season,
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss
beats
beats Mississippi State. Alabama beats Auburn. LSU beats Oklahoma. Arkansas beats Missouri. Texas beats Texas A&M, and Tennessee beats Vandy. If that happens, SC title game is Texas and LSU.
Yeah. That's honestly
Jesus
what
Christ.
I would pick all of those games.
But LSU got to
Fair
take care of
business, you
business,
know.
and the last couple of weeks it's been sketchy, man.
Yeah.
The only game that worries me for LSU is Vandy. Jim does
Honestly,
Diego probably.
Vandy, I think would beat the brakes off. The game that worries, I don't know, bro. Vandy, Oklahoma, any quarterback that can run is right now. Blake Baker can't seem to scheme it. So
Oh, Vandy's gonna give y'all fits.
yeah, Diego.
Diego. My God, I did tell you guys, watch out for Vandy. Starting
A bunch of nerds.
So I think Tennessee Georgia's an elimination game for not
I
only
agree.
the title but for the playoff. I think.
which is crazy because he goes out.
I don't know.
He's not. He's not
He's
ruled
not
out
ruled
yet.
out
He's
yet.
not.
He could clear protocol, but he's not expected to play.
Well, this is.
I
Yeah.
mean, concussion protocol is serious. So yeah,
Fuck, man. It's gonna be a battle, man. Ole Miss
Yeah.
looking A&M. I'm not a fan of them.
me neither.
They can't throw the ball down the field.
They can't. It doesn't matter who's in the game, Marcel Reed or Connor
Out
Williams.
for the year, Le'Veon Moss.
Yeah, that
They're,
hurts.
they're down to running back.
Like if LSU played them again right now, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything actually.
Just like Utah's down
Fine.
to QB4.
Yeah, Utah sucks. Yeah, I mean Utah's down in the dumps. Bro. Utah and Iowa are pretty much in QB purgatory. I mean Iowa's got a scout team linebacker playing quarterback. That's the most Kirk fans thing I've ever heard in my life.
I remember last year, US Utah had like a running back playing quarterback.
Yeah.
They're doing Wildcat.
It wasn't Jaquindon Jackson.
USC last year with two. Huh?
Was it Jaquindon Jackson? Or
I
no.
think Jaquindon was hurt.
Nah. Jaquin? No. Last year? No, he was at Arkansas.
This is his first year, right?
Yeah. This is his first year at Arkansas.
It's second year, right?
No, it's his first.
First year at Arkansas?
Yeah, because when Rocket went to South
Oh yeah.
Carolina, Arkansas got your
Oh
quarterback.
yeah.
Really? It feels
Yeah.
Yeah, because
there.
Utah
Oh man.
Utah was competing for the Big Ten title,
Big
Pac-12
attack.
title game.
Okay, yeah, this is his first year there. Okay.
Because it was him and
Damn.
Bernard, what's his name,
I,
the other running back.
it feels like he's been at Arkansas. I don't know why. But either way,
He's cold.
uh, the former Texas quarterback, crazy,
Yes, sir. From Duncanville, 5-star.
crazy, crazy.
He just
He was in.
Kevin Cameron, Texas back there.
that's crazy. Okay, back to you.
All right, guys. Picks for this week. We got 3 games to pick from.
Yes,
We're
sir.
gonna do Texas, Arkansas, Oregon, Wisconsin, and then the big one, Tennessee, Georgia. We're gonna start off with Texas going to Arkansas. They're a 13-point favorite as of right now. This is one of those 3 big games that a lot of Texas fans had circled on their calendar as far as not only rivalry games, but like games where we needed revenge. The OU game, obviously last year they beat us, but we were obviously the better team. They beat us at the end. Gabriel had a Heisman performance. Arkansas, because Old Southwest matchup. 3 years ago, Sark's first road game, it was scary. It was bad. KJ Jefferson, Rocket Sanders just ran all over us.
Back when KJ was good.
Yeah, right. Back when KJ was good, and then Texas A&M because we're renewing that rivalry. But we're on to Arkansas right now. It's crazy how far Texas has come as far as developing on the line of scrimmage. Because when we did go to Arkansas 3 years ago, it was bad. We couldn't
I
block.
remember that.
We couldn't stop the run game. They pushed us all over the field. It was bad. But it's crazy to see how Sark has really developed this program to what it is now, to where we're able to withstand, not only withstand but thrive in, the physicality of the SEC, and really make our mark there. Now, with that being said, I don't think our offensive line has played particularly well. We are very talented at O line, very experienced, but for some reason we're not getting that push that we need to up front, and that's Sark sees that, and that's reflective in his play calling.
Yeah.
We don't run any inside stuff on running plays. Everything's outside zone, everything's stretch, everything's swing routes, screens, all type of shit like that, which I personally don't like because I like running it down the middle. But
You
uh,
think he calls out also partially because of he's a running back right now?
I was gonna say, I think that's got a big part too. Is it just get some guys in space
Fumbling
rather than having to
running.
run, yeah, in between the tackles and get physical. I
yeah,
don't know.
Arch definitely would have helped out a lot in the run game just because
Oh yeah,
that threat of him running is
yeah.
really there.
And you can run design QB runs with him.
Yeah,
He's down the middle. Yeah.
Good old Archibald.
It'd
because
be nice
he
to
came in the Florida game. We couldn't
Yeah.
run the ball. We just threw the ball all over them to we're up like by 30, and then Arch came in, and we were running inside, and we're getting like 12 yards a pop. I'm like, where was this all game?
Yeah.
They, obviously with Arch's ability to run, they had to account for him, and that opens up the whole running game. So I was like, oh, okay. But my concern with this game is going to be on the defensive side. And now I think we have a top 5 defense in the country, but we have had some slippage in the running game. Florida ran for almost 200 yards on the ground. Uh, did give up a lot of cheap shit that really, and then in the Mississippi State game, we even gave up some stuff to the run game. So we're gonna see something similar to what Mississippi State had, but more established because they were just coming off of Sawyer Robinson, or no, Blake Shapen being injured and
Oh yeah,
switch up their whole scheme and whatnot.
Michael
They could
James Jones.
do that. Um, we've only given up 300 total yards of offense one time, and that was last week to Florida in mop up duty. The
Damn.
second,
Not even to Georgia.
nope, they had two.
Nah, Georgia got so lucky, bro.
They had 283 total yards.
Yeah, I remember that. They had two really close touchdowns too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All the
Yeah, they
practice
forced turnover.
at our half,
yeah,
but um, we haven't we haven't given up a 100-yard receiver as well. And I think their only real threat that I'm concerned about is Armstrong. Their receiver is a big physical guy. He's their leader in catches and yards right now. I think he has 8 touchdowns. My biggest thing is stopping Taylor Green and Jaquita Jackson on the ground. If we get
yeah,
to them early and often and force them to be in third and medium, third and long to where Taylor Green has to make plays with his arm, I feel really good about that. I think we have the best secondary in the country. We lead the SEC in picks. We're top 15 on third downs. So if we can get them to third down, I think we're good. And then we have to get off to a really good start. I think it helps out a lot, honestly, that this game is at 11 a.m. I was so happy when I figured out it was at 11 a.m. instead of at night, because that's just a whole different dynamic. But
yeah,
Quinn has been playing really well. If he stays in rhythm, gets going early and often, he's going to stay in rhythm, and I think we should be able to roll in that game. I'll pick Texas to win, and I'll pick them to cover the 13.
Yeah, I think Texas wins easily by 20, 23 points. I don't think it'll be very close, honestly. I mean, Arkansas is not a good football team.
They give up a lot on through the air.
Yeah, they do. They get
They give up
smoked.
a lot.
Pat.
yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
I think
Do we cover the 13?
easily. Taylor Green cannot
Taylor
pass.
Green.
Green,
Taylor Green sucks.
he did that bench that boy.
Yeah, there's a reason he lost the job in voice. And that's not good.
John Madden,
Not
Mike
Mike
Madden,
Madden,
Mike.
Michael Madsen, but that's not good. That's a guy that got benched in the Mountain West is not the answer for an SEC football club. It's just not.
Yeah, it's that.
Okay, clean sweep. Second game, Oregon at Wisconsin. Oregon's a 14-point favorite. Going to Wisconsin, who's been one of the more improved teams from beginning of the season to now. This was a game in the preseason. I picked Oregon to lose. Sorry, Pat.
That's all
Those
good.
were games where I was like, okay, this is a trick. This could be a tricky one. But then Wisconsin looked really bad in the beginning of the season. Got blown out. Bama. Van Dyke got hurt, and I'm like, Wisconsin's not good. Never mind. But now they've picked up steam again. They look a lot better. One of the like I said, one of the more improved teams. But I think Oregon's just rolling right now, man. I said it last week. Oregon has separated themselves from everyone else in the country. They the thing about them is that they're peaking right now. They're
Yeah,
peaking at the right time, right? And you see all these other teams in the last 2 to 3 weeks. All these other top 10 teams, you can pinpoint a game where they've struggled in the last 3 weeks, and to where there's like question marks. Ohio State had the Nebraska game. They probably should have lost. Texas didn't look very good against Vandy. Penn State, obviously the Ohio State game didn't score offensive touchdown. Indiana just struggled against Michigan. So there's instances BYU struggled last week. So there's been instances where these other top teams are just struggling. Oregon, they haven't had a struggle, so I think they continue that. I think they covered a 14.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, they're struggling at all, really. Uh, but Jordan Burch and Jordan Jones are both questionable. Even then, we haven't been fully healthy
Oh,
all year. Yeah, we haven't been fully healthy all year. here yet, so I'm not worried, even if they don't play, because of the depth. Know what will take care of business, and then the D line is so deep. Jordan Burch is out versus Ohio State, so I think they cover the spread easily. I'm gonna go 42-13.
Fair.
I think Oregon will do fine. I know people are gonna say the equalizer. Orlando's loud. It's a hard place to go. But I think they have the great equalizer. I think when you got a guy like Dan Lanning, do I think I'm ready to say now is the best coach in the country? I don't think we have a guy around, honestly.
He
He
is
is
the
the
way
way
he
he
schemes
schemes and the way they have stuff for every scenario is is second to
the
none.
way
The
he
way
gets
he
them
gets them, the way he gets the team
motivated
motivated
That's what
throughout the week and on game
is
day is
crazy. But
crazy.
the other
The
thing
other
that
thing
sticks out
that stands out to me about him is places like
in
Michigan and
Camp
Camp
Randall,
Randall.
like
He licks his lips at the
chance to
chance
go.
to go play. Like
He
he
literally called
really
a
called a
timeout.
timeout.
Go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead,
No, go
dog.
ahead, dog.
Say it. I'm not saying. Your
No, go
turn.
ahead.
Motherfucker, say it.
He called a timeout with like a minute left, so they could watch the fans leaving the game.
watched the Michigan leave.
Yeah, well, I think it was a minute. It was like 5. But either way, he was like, "Look at him. Sorry."
Sorry. No, you're good. That just really just cut off my entire point. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Oregon handles it. Oregon wins fine. Wins by 20, just like Texas, 20, 23 points.
Yeah,
But
they should have no problem. I was
I'm
caught.
doing good here. Just played games better than this.
The big game of the week, I think, is a playoff elimination game. Number 7 Tennessee at number 12 Georgia. Georgia's a 10-point favorite, which even without Nico, I think that might be a lot of points. Uh,
Yeah.
man, I'll say this right now: if Nico was playing, I'd pick Tennessee. I think,
So,
but either way, Georgia should still be worried about Tennessee's front seven. Now, if they thought Ole Miss was raising hell,
mhm.
just wait till they see James Spears. Just wait till they see James Spears. Now, I think Ole Miss might be deeper in the front seven, maybe, but Tennessee has an absolute game record. Like,
Yeah.
fuck up the whole game. They have 22 sacks. They're eighth in tackles for loss. They're second in the country on third down defense. So that means they're getting to team. They're getting teams to third and long more often than not, and they're getting off the field. So and Georgia when they're playing formidable defenses, they struggle. Even the Texas game, people are still gonna gloss over the fact that you know Georgia had 280 yards of offense, were 6 of 17 on third down, and turned the ball over 3 times. Their offense has not looked good. Has not looked good. Looked good at all.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's some bad.
damn. But yeah, besides the Texas game and besides the second half against Bama, Georgia has not looked impressive or dominant, in my opinion, at all this season. But Nico is most likely not going to play, so I'll pick Georgia to win. I won't pick them to cover the 10, but I think they win at home, get the job done.
Yeah, I agree. Georgia. But I do think they cover. Well, who's the backup? Tennessee's backup. Yeah, I think they will. I think they cover too. It's in Georgia, so
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go Tennessee. best defense in the country. I know they're gonna have to score points on defense, and I think they're up for the fight. I watch that defense play. I mean, to me, there
The
isn't
defense is really close to them as
overall the best in the country wide. I mean, they're just they do things. They're so physical and so fast. I think the defense knows they're gonna have to score. I think they'll score on defense, and I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I mean, I could see Georgia winning it like 10-7 or 13-6, something like that.
Ooh,
Ooh, I hate those games.
No, I'm just telling you,
When
man.
you
When you
get
get
I love those type of games though.
yeah, they're the
ah,
best. Yes.
they are fun to watch though. I hate to play them on NCAA though. I hate this shit.
I love
It's
a
so
good
fun.
game.
Do what?
Like y'all remember those Alabama LSU games in the mid 2010s,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I should just watch.
9-6,
We
Oh
just watched
yeah.
the other day.
I'll never forget watching that game.
16-10. Yeah, those were.
That's it. Aaron Reed had the pick.
On the goal line, right? The 9-6 game.
Yeah, on the deep corner route to the tight end.
Yeah, but he jumps up and picks it off. Those are crazy. Les Miles. Imagine if LSU had an offense back then.
Well, that's not sucks.
Justin Jefferson's brother is terrible.
Should we take the upset for a week?
Terrible.
Should we take the upset of the week?
Oh yeah, upset. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see. Let
Y'all got up.
My upset's Arizona. Yeah, mine's Arizona State over K State.
me see. Yeah, no.
What you said?
Kenny Dillingham.
I honestly don't know why K State still ranks so high.
Arizona State over K-State.
Oh, I can definitely see that happening.
Excuse me. Right?
Oh yeah.
I can even see Navy over Tulane.
Nah. Anyone taking Mercer over Bama? No.
Low key. Emma hasn't looked the best this year. Okay.
Yeah, Mercer.
Honestly,
uh,
I'm also gonna go Arizona State
Oh, she's gonna take mine.
over K-State.
Taking my comments, taking my picks.
But I'm also gonna go Kansas over BYU.
Excuse me.
I think Big 12 plays in the
I
matchup
don't.
this week.
I don't think there's a good one for me.
That's fair. I was just other than that, they're all I think easy. Like
I
those
think pretty much. But that's a sign. That's a sign of bad news on the way for somebody.
right. Missouri still ranked.
Yeah, Missouri should be ranked. K-State being ranked, what, 16 is crazy.
Uh, Here we go. I'll go out on a limb. Pitt beats Clemson.
Whoa! You just said they were gonna win the ACC.
Yeah, he's just picking an upset.
No, it's
He's trying to win some dough. Remember, we each put down $1,000 if we picked an upset.
Imagine.
Imagine you had that kind of money just to be betting.
You don't?
Pitt beats Clemson at home.
Yeah. Eli Holston's still starting.
Of course.
Huh?
Eli Holstein.
Holston's still starting.
Yeah, yeah, so
I'm sorry.
totally good.
Why is Missouri still ranked?
But I wanted the same thing.
I
They
don't
cheat.
beat on Missouri.
I love how Drink still
Came out.
conceding. I, I saw him say that Missouri's still in the playoff picture. I guess he must think that football's got
Oh,
an NIT.
Eli.
Yeah, he must think that football's got an NIT.
They did. In year 6.
He's like, yeah, we're still in the
And
playoffs.
he said the playoffs.
Uh, yeah. He was drinking too much.
He said it after they
Out
lost out
against
against Oklahoma.
I didn't, Jimmy. I didn't hear what you said.
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said.
Wait, what'd you say?
Did you say something? Like I didn't hear what you said when
Oh
you
no, I
got
said
going.
Missouri's the worst 7-2 team I've ever seen.
Oh, fast, bro. Terrible.
They're terrible.
I don't know, man.
No,
Some
man.
of
Some
them
of them
7-2
7-2
less
less
miles
miles
teams.
teams.
They
Well, no,
would lack.
worse.
Yeah.
Maybe Pitt.
Well, they-
But all right, y'all. That's gonna wrap it up for week 12 of CFP enthusiasts. Man, like I said, the playoff race is heating up. Oh my gosh, we still have like another month plus of football left.
I love
I
it.
love it.
Man,
And
Like
like when
people
people are
forgetting about
forgetting about the conference or the playoff
race,
race,
it was like
it's like they're gonna get
for the
crazier with the
conference
conference
weekend
weekend
because
because if
an
an
underdog wins
underdog
their
wins their
conference
conference
title, not
title,
only
not
do
only
they
do
get
they
an
get an
automatic
automatic
bid,
bid,
but
but
they're
they're
still
still
getting
gonna
from an
bid from an
at-large
at-large
team.
team.
yep.
It's just like it's just like basketball.
Yeah, college basketball. I would
I
not
would
want to
not want
be
to
that
be that
11-12
11-12
conference
conference championship
weekend. We'd
weekend.
be
All right.
weird. Oh
Underwhelmed.
yeah, Indiana. Oh, bro, it's gonna be terrible
They're gonna beat us.
for
So theoretically, if Indiana loses, they're 5 now. They're off. I think they're off this week. I think they drop to maybe.
I think it's up to 12, 14.
13.
I think they. It depends. I think they drop to maybe like 9, 10.
If they get blown out, I think they're gonna drop one.
If they get blown out, yeah, they'll be like 13.
Yeah.
They'll put them right at 13.
Yeah,
Here's
But
a question though. When they beat Ohio State, when does Ohio State go?
they say it too. So they're gonna win.
as of now, Bama is projected to go to Indiana.
Indiana.
But
Because
we
Louis
get them
would
a
give them a
nice
nice snow. Jalen
Milroe would
Milroe
cook
would
them
cook
up.
them up.
Jalen Milroe in the snow legacy game.
The Milrose Snow. Yo, it's like, that would be crazy. I think they
You
would
know,
still
really,
cook them up.
more than
Oh,
likely,
the
Penn State's going to be hosting a playoff game. That's going to be crazy.
Yo, Kentucky Valley.
That stadium, oh my gosh.
That's gonna be sorry. It's gonna be crazy.
This would be crazy. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Like I said, if y'all are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this to a friend that's passionate about college football as we bleed college football over here. Follow us on Instagram too. Same username, CFB underscore enthusiast. Show us some love there. We're going to be dropping some more content. Keep this thing going every week. Like I said, I promise you I'll keep this going regardless of what happens. So here I go. Man, other than that, y'all stay tuned. And we'll be back for the next week. But this
Yes,
is
sir.
Jimmy, Pat, and Jacob for CFP Enthusiasts, and we are out.
Thank you.
oh yes.
Yeah.